Hello, welcome back to year 8, I believe. Let's have a look. Yeah, year 8 of the KDM People of the Lantern campaign. So we've not got any special encounters at the end of this one. So it means that we will be fighting whatever hunt that we want to go for. But we'll see how the settlement phase goes before we make a decision on that. From my notes from last time, I can see that we want to make the bow, we want to mate, and we want to make that full white lion garb. So we could be in pretty decent gear to potentially go about attempting to fight the Scream Antelope, but we'll see how things go. So let's start off the settlement event. We've got our endeavors there, and let's see what we've got. The Weird Dream. If you are the only player, a survivor dreams about a giant man that controls their lives from the darkness above. All department survivors getting +3 insanity. We don't have that. Otherwise, the group must select a player to be the storyteller and a survivor to be the dreamer. The dreamer has a weird dream and the storyteller must tell the rest of the group all about it. The remaining players will vote to determine if the dream was well told and then consult the crowd reaction below. A well-told dream means a truly amazing tale. The settlement is inspired and gains +1d5 endeavors. A poorly told story, the settlement boos and heckles the dreamer. Add the nickname settlement event to the timeline next year and nominate the dreamer for it. Nominate 3 other survivors. Having a great laugh, they gain survival up to their current survival limit. If they depart this year, the storyteller may not play as one of these survivors in their next hunt and showdown. And then the selected players roll 1d10 on each of the following tables to determine what the survivor's weird dream was about. The players should try their best to weave a compelling story to compare with the other players of the settlement. Okay. We can... I don't know how this is... We're probably just going to go for the well-told story on a 1d5 endeavor, because obviously we're going to be doing this as a solo. I have no one else really to have this as a say. And because this isn't live, I can't get a live update on what the thing's going to be. So let's have a look at the dream. So our dream's going to be about a monster that is running for our life, realizes that the thing from the first list doesn't exist. That's actually a pretty fucking good dream, actually. So I had a dream where we were going on to this hunt, and we could see this like silhouette in the distance, and it was just, it didn't look like the lion, it didn't look like anything else I'd witnessed before, and it was just, you could just see it tearing apart these bodies and these limbs. I don't even know what the bodies were, but I just saw the silhouette, the shadow in the distance. It was like just outside of the glow of my lantern, and the closer we got to it, the more the stench of just torn flesh and viscera just sort of like masked our smell and sense of direction. It was like hot and humid until it stopped and these eyes sort of glowed, beaming towards me. And I didn't know what else to do. I ran and I kept on running. I could feel the noses on the stone faces beneath my feet just growing larger and larger, almost into spikes as I'm trying to get away. And I keep on running and running back towards our settlement, trying to get back home. And as soon as I get into the comforting glow of our settlement, I turn back around and there was nothing there. It's vanished. I didn't know if I imagined it. I didn't know if it got scared from the light. I didn't know what it was. But I don't want to hunt that monster. I'll give myself a D5. I'll give myself a D5 for that one. I think it was a pretty good damn dream. So we're going to half that. So that is 2. Truly amazing settlement. So we get 2 endeavors. Lovely. Right. So first things first is we want to make this bow. That is 100% the first thing that we want to do. So that is a sinew and a bone. We're literally just going to use these 2 and we're going to chunk them to the side. It's not going to cost us anything to do so. It's just going to make the bow. Where am I? Boom. The cat gut bow. Boom. Fantastic. Right, next, we want to make the armor. So we want to make the... What was it that we're after? Is it the skirt? I need to have a check. What was the last bit of armor that we need? Hello, Guillermo. So we got the coat, we got the boots, we got the helmet, we got the gauntlet. I think it is going to be the skirt. So we're going to make the... No, don't... He's scratching my screen. He sees the mouse and he scratches the mouse. Alright, it is the skirt. So we're going to go make the skirt, which is 1 hide and 1 white fur, which is just these 2. I will use that straight away. And we will make the skirt. That is the final thing, I believe, for the full line gear. That leaves us with 2 bones, 4 scrap, a love juice, and some organs. We can't make this, I believe, because we need a hide. And I don't believe any of these classes are hide. No, they don't. Which is unfortunate. I would have liked to have had to been able to have done that. But that's fine. I would have also loved to have made another shield. We don't have a lion claw. What do we have weapon-wise? So obviously we've got the bone blade. It'd be nice if the bone blade had paired. That would be nice to have. So they're going to end up having the bow now, which is going to be quite good for them to have. They've got the axe. This person also has the bone blade and the lion beast guitar. Oh, that's it. We need one more guitar. Oh, so we will be going up against the lion again then. The lion will be the second person we're up against. Stop chewing the photos. No. Away. Away. Off. Silly boy. Yeah, so we'll go against the white lion again. In which case, I don't really think there's much else to do. I think I'm going to keep these 2. The eye of the cat must be used for something. I can't. Oh, there it is. Oh, the cat eye circlet. That's actually a really useful ring. I think we definitely make that as well. This one, reveal the next 3 monster hit locations and put them back in any order. So yes, we are going to do that as well, I think. And that will use the eye of the cat. And then I think we're going to use the love juice potion here, and we will do intimacy. Between we'll do it between alone and nitro again. Oh, between alone and nitro. Alone having already some gear in place, but oh, maybe not alone actually. We'll do it between nitro and Alexis. Sorry, they don't have anything. So we'll use that. We go straight to the intimacy table. Intimacy. So it doesn't cost us an endeavor to do this. We're going for the top one, which is a... Oh, it's a 10. So we get +2 population, a 2 and a 10. Thank God. Right. That is twins. We'll put those through. And now I think we're just going to be going and using these endeavors to... We can't really make anything else. Like 3 bone and a hide, we don't have. 3 organs and 1 hide, we don't have. So we can't really go and make anything or progress with anything what we have left. I believe there was like a trading one somewhere, wasn't there? But I don't think we have that either. We also have shared experience. So someone who's 2 in front, actually, yeah, we can have David level up Doneth, but I'm gonna have them level up alone, I think, because so we've got this one here, the bone, not this one, Lantern Horde, shared experience right at the very bottom. Nominate a survivor that has 2 or more hunt XP than yourself. They describe illuminating details of their desired death. If you are not deaf, you gain 1 hunt XP from the story. If the person has shattered jaw, they gain +1 insanity. So we're going to nominate alone to have this conversation with David. So that is going to be, because they're 2 hunt XP in front, we're going to spend an endeavor. That's going to allow us to get 1 hunt XP. And we're going to use that to level up and see what we can get. So we know that we're going to make them proficient with the guitar. That's what we want them to. They've got the full white lion armor. They've got the guitar. And we're going to see here, rolling this, what they end up getting. That is a 9. 1 random fighting art. So let's have a look. Shuffle this up. Boom. Alone gets this random fighting art, which is the Clutch Fighter. While you have 3 or more bleeding tokens, gain +1 strength and +1 accuracy. Not terrible. Not terrible. It'd be nice if we can have that with one that allows you to have 3 bleeding tokens before you die. But that's nice. Now at least we're going to be going into the fight with a proficiency there. That is very nice indeed. So it could also be worth doing that one more time for Doneth. Just to have them rank up. They also have Red Fist as well, which is actually huge. I'm surprised as to why we didn't bring Doneth out knowing that, unless she was skipping the next hunt. That is quite strong. And Matchmaker. Who do we replace for her? Oh, we take Colometh out, because Colometh is kind of like... Colometh is pretty bad. Oh, they're one away though from sword proficiency, which is quite good. So maybe actually we do keep Column out. We do want to get their proficiency up as best we can. We'll see. Let's spend one to see if we can fuck then. So we're looking for 8 pluses here. 9, fantastic. That is another intimacy. I'm nominating the same 2 people again for the intimacy table. And let's see what we get. That is a 1 and a 4. Thank God it didn't go to anything lower. That is a 1 population, which is very nice. We're going to have them do the same thing again. So we'll spend an endeavor. We'll see. We're looking for an 8 plus again. As a 10. So we're going to the intimacy table. Hopefully we get another 10. That'd be great. So 8. That's an 8. And an 8 is... it's 1 population, but we get another... they get 2 survival, which they won't actually get because both of them are at full survival. We're going to have Nitro... Oh, we'll do it again. Do another go. 8 plus. That's a 1. I believe that is a... If we can lose a resource to get an understanding. What's Nitro like for his understanding? Not going to bother. Not going to bother. Do another endeavor. Roll. 8 plus. 7. I believe that just gives them 1. If I'm not mistaken. 1 survival, which we don't get. 1 endeavor left. I think we're going to use that to have Donoff level up then. So we'll use that shared experience, have Donoff talk to David. I don't know what I want them to be proficient in though. Mighty Strike is really good for perfect hits. So we kind of want them to be hitting with something that could be paired. I'm pretty sure you can have paired swords. If I'm not mistaken. So like a dual wielding the paired blade could be quite fun. Daggers are pretty useless. We're not going to be going for daggers. That is not going to be something that we want them to be proficient in. We could have them also proficient with the guitar, but do you know what? We'll leave it for now, just because we don't know what I want to make them proficient in. The club could be fun, actually. We could, if we can get someone at a club and we start having someone be proficient in the club, that could be quite useful for when we go up against the Screaming Antelope, which I do think we'll probably go up against the Screaming Antelope next. You can see here on the timeline, we got the King's Man. So like we'll do the line, then after the King's Man, we'll go up against the Screaming Antelope. It's kind of why I'm trying to get as much population as we can here, because the King's Man is going to kill us off. We're going to lose quite a lot of people. So okay, we're going to use that last endeavor then to instead try and see if we can fuck. 8 plus. Nope. And we gain a survival, but that's not going to happen. So, who do we want to take out then? So, Column is still fine. You're proficient in the bow, and you can start leveling up the bow now, which is going to be quite nice. And what do you get? Yeah, because you have the strategist is actually quite nice. You're going to get Rhythm Dancer, so we are going to give them, because we're departing now, we are going to give them a temporary token for Rhythm Dancer for that one. Let's bring the iron skirt, the cat iron skirt over to there. The bow goes to you. And this ring is going to go to someone, but we don't know yet. So this person now has the full shebang. So if we can have a blue connected up somehow, that would be fantastic. But I don't know what we can have the blue connected with, because we've got one more red needs to be connected down there, and if we can have a blue connected here, we can do that one as well. Or blue connected anywhere, sorry. But I don't think we have a blue facing downwards, nor do we have a red facing upwards. Yeah, we've got blue facing upwards and a red facing downwards. We've got the opposite. We got the opposite of what we're after. The rawhide headband, but that's going to replace our headband, so we can't use that one. That armor set we can't use. The hunter's whip is basically something we can be looking for, maybe. Yeah, the rest of them not so much, because you can move the bow to have the blue connect, but it's actually a blue from the bottom, so not entirely sure there, but that's fine. So I believe that is the full white line set, if I recall. So that is the helmet, the gauntlets, the skirt. No, not the skirt. The white line coat, the skirt, and the boots. Yeah, that's the full set. So as you can see, putting that on there whoop, makes it there. And you can actually switch it between the female version and the male version. So your weapons are your claws. I gain +1 speed and 2 strength tokens when attacking with daggers or katars. So, and that's what we've got. We've got our katars there ready to go. Just going to sort of have it set up like that for now. So they are pretty set with 3 on everything also. That's pretty nice. This person also is pretty set with their armor. They've now finally got a bow, which is phenomenal. And then this person is just still with their bone blade. Cool. I think we'll depart then with everything that we got there. We're going to go against the white line one more time. Although these people I think are decent with armor, these people are not decent with armor. So I would still like to get slightly better armor. The thing is, we want leather, and the leather is actually better with the Screaming Antelope than what it is with the lion. So, or like pelt, hide. So it'd be better to go against the Screaming Antelope. We could do the Screaming Antelope. I think, do you know what? Yeah, maybe we'll do the Screaming Antelope. We've got... I feel confident that we'll be successful in it. I don't know how successful we'll be, but I do feel comfortable we'll be successful in it. Let's do the Screaming Antelope. First of all, let's also give 1 understanding to every single person that got born. And we'll deal with all of their other stuff later. And then I think what we'll do then, if we're going to be doing the Screaming Antelope, because Conmouth doesn't really have too much going for them, and they've got so many downsides, I'm actually going to take them back to the settlement. And instead, we're going to bring Donath out. Because Donath has red hands, which gives everyone the +1 strength at the start. So I think that's going to be just miles better. We can't make the club, is it? Is the club... If the club was 2 bone, I would have made the club instantly. Because the club is really... The club and the shield's really strong against this guy. But we're not going to be able to do that. That's fine. We could also do a monster grease, though, to get the evasion up by 1. That could be nice. I want to keep the organ just in case we don't get an organ during this one, so we'll leave it like that. Okay, so we're going to need to remember on Showdown we need to give ourselves a +1, and this one's on arrival as well. That's so they don't actually gain the evasion yet. So I'm just going to leave the evasion down there, and I'm going to leave the strength token down here. So on arrival, they're both going to get that. And on arrival, we're going to get an insanity and departure. So everyone who's departing gets 2 survival. We got 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. 2's our limit, so that's the highest we can go up to. And let's go, and we'll hunt the Screaming Antelope. We'll change it up. We'll change it up. We'll go up against the Screaming Antelope finally. So, in order of which we have everyone, we'll see who's going first. Our second place person is going first, who is going to be Walker. And let's go. So, just to double check, there was nothing on the timeline yet. Okay. Grazing field. Acanthus leaves sprout from the crevices in the stone ground. The survivors spend time gathering and eating the small leaves. Each survivor may heal 1 hit location of their choice, restoring all injury levels and armor points. If any survivor has the sickle, they gain 1 Acanthus Strange Pump. We don't have that. And we also don't have any injuries. Or to our hit location, so we're just rolling. And that is an 88. The sword and the statue. A one-eyed statue twice as tall as any man sits before a great anvil with a hammer in each of its 6 hands. Transfixed, the survivors watch the statue beat a red-hot sword that lies across the anvil. Each survivor, starting with the event revealer and proceeding clockwise, may make 1 attempt to grab the sword from the anvil. If they do, they gain +1 courage and roll a d10, adding their hunt XP to the roll. So, on a 1 to a 2, we die. On a 3 to an 8, we get a dismembered arm. On a 9 to a 13, we don't get the sword. And on a 14 plus, we get the sword. Because we don't have that much hunt XP on anyone here, we're looking like it's impossible for us to get the 14. And yeah, so it's impossible to get the 14. There's no point us trying this. The only benefit would be getting the courage. So we're just not going to try at all, unfortunately. As much as I would like the weapon, we're not going to go for it. We're going to leave it as it is. And we'll go to the next one. Random hunt event. We've got 38. All the way over on this side. The Gregalope. A massive Gregalope stands astride the horizon, its ancient body bloated with tumours and scar tissue. Its milky eyes catch sight of the survivors, and it bounds away. Driven by a sudden desire, the survivors give chase. The event revealer rolls 1d10 and adds their movement to their roll. Okay, so this is going to be this person who doesn't have any bonus movement. Just going to be adding 5. So we make a roll. We're going to add 5 to that. 8. If any survivor has a strategist fighting art, they may corner the Gogolo at a giant stone face instead of giving chase. Wait, we actually have that. Okay, so we don't actually need to give chase. Oh, they may corner the Gregolo at a giant stone face instead of giving chase. If they do, end the hunt immediately. Start a showdown with a level 2 Screaming Antelope using its setup rules. In addition, place a giant stone face adjacent to the monster and give the monster the Butcher's Berserker trait card. If the survivors prevail, gain the normal showdown rewards plus 3 extra Screaming Antelopes. We're going to say we're chased. We're going to say we chased, actually. I don't want to go to level 2 Screaming Antelope, in which we did roll a 3, and we add our movement, so we did get an 8. So the Gogolo is far too fast. It's gone before you know it. Safe. Like it could have been very bad. Was on 17 plus. Just before it leaps out of view, the Gogolo bows its mighty horns. The experience charges the exhausted event revealer. They gain +1 permanent movement. Very good. All right, next. 83. We're liking rolling in the 80s, aren't we? Apparently. Flesh monolith. The survivors approach a 5-sided monolith made of flesh that stretches into darkness overhead. Limbs and faces, both human and bizarre, protrude from all sides. The event revealer gains +1 courage and investigate. So that is going to be this person. They have nothing with investigate, do they? So we get +1 courage, which is going to level us up. Let's quickly do that. This happened during the hunt phase. We're going to get the prepared ability. And we rolled a 9, which gives us +1 strength, which is very, very nice indeed. So, +1 strength, +1 strength from bold 1. No, not bold 1. Sorry. Yeah, bold 1. Yeah, sorry, it's bold 1. I was getting mixed up with the hunt. And then we're going to refresh the abilities, and we need to give ourselves the prepared ability, which is very nice. Boop. And now we roll on that investigate table then. +1 courage and investigate. So it's just 1d10. 6. All survivors are driven back with horror. They all suffer quarry monsters level brain damage. Oh, okay. So we'll take 1 brain damage. So not a good start there. Not a good start. Actually, pretty bad start there. And that's it. That is it. On a 10, we would have gotten some organs, which would have been great. Okay. Why did I do that? Did I just roll without flipping? I'm so confused. What just happened? I've confused myself. I think I confused myself. Sorry, give me a second. Yeah, so I just checked back the video. Yeah, I don't know why I rolled again. So we actually need to get rid of that strength, get rid of this, and get rid of prepared. They haven't leveled up. I just zoned out, evidently, from that. None of that happened. So we do get back our brain damage, which is fantastic. And instead we actually do the card as opposed to just rolling the dice straight away. The survivors find a trail of large rotting teeth littering the ground. Oh, well, I suppose we could have done it as no one scavenges, but we will scavenge this because I do want to try and get that large flat tooth. In fact, if we can get 2 large flat teeth, that would be fantastic. So, starting with the event revealer, which will be at this point Colomuth, who is just honestly not that good at this point. Suffer 1 event damage to the arms. Terrible. Terrible. Should have known. Should have known. Alright, we're going to now do it again with the next person who's red. Come on. 9. Thank you. 1 large tooth from the Screaming Antelope resource. Take it from this one. 1 flat large tooth. Cool. And then we're not going to do it again after this. We're going to leave it. We're not going to have anyone else take any more damage. I think that is just our best bet now. Actually, no, we'll do it one more time. We'll have Walker do it. Walker actually has quite a lot. We won't have the last person do it though. So 7+. Oh, thank God. Yes, that's phenomenal that we have 2 of these now. Really good. And we're not going to have the last person do it. And then we go on to the event. Yeah, okay, that's good. So, they're going to gain the temporary evasion from the Dancer. They're going to gain a temporary strength from Red Fist, which is also going to give this person a strength, this person a strength, and this person a strength because of that. Then anyone with Stone Noses on arrival gain survival and insanity. Gain insanity, survival, gain insanity, which is going to be quite nice against this guy. And with the strategist, we're going to be having a, that's the timeline. Screaming Antelope. In Showdown, we are going to be having the big boy. Where are you? Giant stone face. There we go. We have got a lot of thingies here, apparently. I think a majority of them are acanthus plants, but... So, first of all, the acanthus plants needs to be set up. You see that they just need to be set up within that green space. But, whilst within that green area, they need to abide by the rules, which is you need to set up at least 6 spaces away from other acanthus plants. So, because you can see it goes 1, 2, 3, 4 up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We can have 2 up here. Well, actually, we'll do like 1, 2, 3. You can have them in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That can stay there. And then these can go down here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. We'll keep them like that. The bug patch has to stay there. And now we can do the other stuff. So we've got a big toppled pillar. I think I might just put the toppled pillar along there. Kind of looks nice to me. Survivors cannot move through it, and it blocks line of sight. And then the giant stone face, I think I'm going to put, like, here. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4? It has to be 5 away, so maybe like here then instead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that. There you go. That's fine. Because we can have the survivors sort of start here. We're going to want David in line of view just to go straight up to climb up to that, and everyone else is just going to be sort of pushing up to try and get the attack off. In fact, we're just going to have people sort of go like that. Cool. All right. So the Screaming Antelope, he has trample, or they have trample. When the monster collides with a survivor, they collide. They suffer damage equal to the monster's level. You can also see this is what the model looks like. It's meant to have like, so the way how it's described, it kind of has hands coming out from its chest. In fact, actually, we can read it. There was once a fearsome monster that was trained by the hands to be a steed for the goblin. However, upon smelling its new master, the monster's mind shattered and it ran into the unknown, foaming at the mouth and biting the noses of the stone-faced floor. There you go. So, that is who we're going to be up against now. Right. Enemy goes first. So, let's begin combat. So, let's see what they do. When this comes into play, the monster gains +1 toughness token. Not a good start. Not a good start. Discovering the ticks, it's gruesome. Roll 1d10 for each survivor. On a result of a 6+, they suffer a brain damage. Okay. So, every survivor on a 6+, we get brain damage. So, brain damage, brain damage, brain damage. No brain damage. So, that is 3 brain damage. And now we draw an AI card. It's a trait. When a survivor ends their act adjacent to the monster, roll 1d10 on a result of a 1 or a 2. They're infected with ticks and gain a -1 strength token. It's unfortunate that that is in play. So, we need to draw another AI card. Closest knockdown survivor, no one. Furthest threat in range, no one. So they're going to graze, which grazing will be here. The monster full moves to the closest acanthus plant and ends its turn. If the monster is on or adjacent to an acanthus plant, they heal 1 wound. And if there are no acanthus plants, they instead full move forward in a straight line. So I'm assuming then full move the Screaming Antelope in straight line away from all survivors. So we're going to have him go to the acanthus plant here. I don't know if I don't think the last bit of that card takes effect then, because the whole flow sort of stops because it grazes instead. So and I think because it's in bold, it's just going to notice on that. So he's going to go here, and he is going to, if the monster is on or adjacent to an Acanthus plant, archive to train and heal 1 wound. So he is going to archive 1, but doesn't heal any wounds because he hasn't taken any. And that is the end of his turn. So now it goes to our turn. So we're going to have David go first, I think. Oh, I should have had David actually start there. At least they could have gotten a shot off and then ran. Okay, we're going to have David go first. He's going to run all the way up here, and he's going to use his 1 to be able to climb up. But he's not going to be able to shoot, obviously, because that's both his movement. And this has Cumbersome, which Cumbersome means you need to use both your movement and your activation to be able to shoot with it. But now we're on top of the stone face. We've got the sort of activation for it that we're happy with. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3. We could... What about the pounce? Pounce could be useful now, right? Spend to move 3 spaces in a straight line. Then if you move 3 spaces, activate. But we need to be 3 spaces, unfortunately. We're a little bit more than 3, so I don't think we can activate that yet. But what we can do is have someone else go up there first. So... I suppose we'll get Donoff. Get Donoff up there? Donoff can't go up there. Okay, we'll have Donoff go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And sort of just wait there then. We won't have them do anything else yet. And then, okay, well, we'll just go up then with Walker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Directly in front of the beast, staring it down. Right. Oh, that's why we didn't want to go up against the Screaming Antelope, because he has Frail. Oh, this could go really bad. Okay. 6 pluses to hit. We don't hit. Could be a good thing. So they don't hit. And now we're going to have a lone go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to hit with the Lion Beast Guitars because when attacking with daggers or guitars, I get +1 speed and +2 strength. So we're doing 3, and we're going to have +2 strength as well. We're rolling. What did we need? Wow, we actually needed 7s to hit, and we do not hit. Oh no, we have an accuracy of 1. We hit twice. Look at that. Let's have a look then. So this one's a reflex. You turn the monster to face away from the attacker and full move forward in a straight line. Cancel all hits. And this one has a -2 toughness to the location. So we're obviously going to do that one first. So when we wound it though, if the wound roll result is even, suffer 1 brain damage. If it's odd, I gain an insanity. So we kind of want it to be odd. And it's -2 toughness. It has 9 toughness. We're looking for 7s. Because we've got 2 bonus strength here. We've got 3 strength. 6 strength. We are looking for, well, it's just so long as it's not a 1. I think we're successful there. As a 6. Since it's even, I take brain damage, which is actually terrible. We suffer a we're actually suffering a thingy from that, which is really bad. Brain trauma here. So long as it doesn't knock us down. 6 or kill us. Seizure, you thrash about wildly, dealing 1 damage to yourself and every adjacent survivor, gain a round disorder and 1d5 insanity. That's actually pretty bad. So we gain 3 insanity. 1, 2, 3. We gain a random disorder, which is prey. You may not spend survival unless you are insane. We are insane. 3 brain is your insanity, so we are actually insane. We deal 1 damage to myself and 1 other person. Left side's this person, other side's the walker. So we've got 1 body to the arm, and this one has 1 to the waist. Cool. Not the best. Could have been worse. Still not good though. Didn't knock us over. So now we can deal the 2nd damage then to the beast. 8, obviously, so long as it's not a 1, which it is not. Also remember that we have deadly. What did I roll? I can't remember what I rolled, but we got an 8. Yeah, +1 luck to this with this weapon. If we'd got a 9, it would have been a kill. But there you go. So that's going to be another damage to it. Turn the monster fully away, and it's now going to run away. So it's going to turn, yoink, go all the way over there. And that is the end of our turn. I don't really have anything else I could do with anyone. So, go to the monster's turn. They are going to. In the blind spot in range, there's no one in their blind spot. The closest threat in range is going to be no one. No one is actually in range of them. We are just out of range there. If we're going from that black circle being in range. So they're going to graze, which will be between these two. So because there's a tie, I'm going to have it go down to here and graze this one. And that is going to make him heal 1 wound. Oh, that goes to the bottom of the pile, I believe. Sorry. On the graze. And heal 1 wound if there are no acanthus plants on the showdown board. Instead, full move forward in a straight line. I'm pretty sure when it heals, it goes to the bottom of the deck. Actually, do you know what? We'll just put it to the bottom. Fuck it. Heal 1 wound. Yeah. Cool. Actually, it doesn't say to put it to the bottom. Next up, we'll put it onto the top. Next time, as opposed to the bottom, but I don't think it matters too much. Alright, that's the end of our turn. Alright, we're going to have David not move. He's just going to shoot. So we've got 8, remember, as a bonus. Oh, shit, was actually meant to set up this. 6 spaces from all other terrain. Or probably would have set it up over here somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably would have set it up over there, if I'm honest with you. I definitely would have set it up next to our survivors, but we've already moved. That's fine. Alright, so because we've got the bonus here of 2 range and 2 accuracy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they are within range normally anyway. We're going to use the cat bow. Now, if we aim, we get +2 accuracy with this. But we need to reduce the speed of this weapon by 1 and gain +2. So we'll be only rolling 1 dice and we get a 5+, which would then mean a 3+ to hit. But we're not going to do that because we've already got 5+ to hit accuracy anyway. From being on top of the stone face. That's an 8, thankfully, so it's 1 hit. Failure. Grasping tiny hands make rude gestures at you. Startled, you gain 1 insanity and lose your composure. You need to spend an activation to regain your senses before I can attack again. So let's not fail this. So we've got 3 strength, 4 strength, 5s to hit. This person's notoriously bad. Don't worry. Gain 1 Screaming Antidote resource. Twitching tiny fingers rain down. All adjacent survivors gain +1 insanity. I assume that's people adjacent to the monster gains the +1 insanity, so we won't have them get +1 insanity. But we do get 1 random Screaming Antidote resource, so we'll take that. Shank Bone. Cool. Right. So, still no one's within range. And Donoff is honestly quite bad. Does Donoff have the AI? We do. So we're going to have Donoff... okay, so, no, sorry. We're going to have Walker go first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to just have them use the leather shield. So that means we can ignore 1 hit location on the next hit. Then we're going to have Alone do the acanthus plant. So we can try and get rid of these, and that way they can't heal. We rolled a 4. We find nothing, but we archive the terrain. That's fantastic. And then we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll go here. And then Donoff, we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and have them go over here. And then we're going to use their Rawhide headband. We can look at the next 2 and choose which order. Oh, Lone Rampage. The monster unleashes an awful wail to signal its terrific rampage. All non-death survivors suffer 1 brain damage. And that's the zone of death. All knockdown survivors within the zone of death suffer 1 damage per monster level to every hit location. All stand survivors in the zone of death suffer 1 damage per monster level, bash and knockback 7. That's terrible. Okay, so we're going to have that one down there and then that one next. Because that means that... in any order, yeah. So we're going to try and damage it, basically. Which is the enemy's turn now. So we're going to take that card back up. And that is going to be closest survivor in field of view, which is going to be Walker. So then they're going to turn and target Walker now. And it's going to be 1 speed. On a 2+ they hit. Walker has 3 evades. On a 5+ they hit. That is a 6. They do hit. It's going to be 2 damage to this location. And after damage, I gain bleed token. Now, because of my shield, and it's only 1 hit, it would have been 1 hit to my arms. But block, spend 1 to ignore 1 hit the next time you are attacked. And that is 1 hit. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to spend that to basically dodge the arms and not take any damage from it. That negates that. And that's the end of the turn. Is now it's back to... Oh, I've got a cat hair in my mouth. All right. So, 1, 2. We're 1 away from being able to do the pounds. Eventually, the pounds we'll be able to use. Okay, we're going to have Walker go first because I don't want Walker to be in the line of this. So we're going to have Walker go 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because I believe Walker has 6 movement. Yes. And we're going to have Walker hit from behind. With the axe. So we're looking at 5 pluses here to damage. Because we're in the blind spot. There's 2 hits. We're looking for... We don't want anything with super dense. So this is why shields and clubs are good, because you get +2 luck when attempting to hit the location. And this one just makes the monster turn to face me. So we'll leave them in this order. We have got 4 strength overall, so we're looking for 5s to be able to wound it here. First one is a 6. That is a successful wound. Oh, I just realised as well. Sorry, let's roll this. You motherfucker. That one's not a wound. Reflex, they're just going to turn away. I realised I meant to... What's this? When a survivor ends their act adjacent to the monster. Oh, okay. Okay, no, we still haven't ended our act adjacent to the monster. Well, we are going to now, unfortunately. We didn't end our act last time adjacent to it because it ran away. Oh no, the 2 of us did. I remember it now, so we'll do it now. So, on a result of a 1 or a 2, they're infected and we gain -1 strength. So let's roll. It's a 5, so we're good. Nothing happens with us. I mean, we can roll it again retroactively because both Alone, I believe, and Thingy suffered from it. That's an 8, and then we'll roll again for you. It's an 8. Nothing would have happened anyway. Okay, which is good. We still would have got the damage as well, even if we had gotten that minus strength. Okay. Annoyingly, he's now facing us, though. Because that means now, like, there's a chance that his reflex will make him sprint away. We're going to have David shoot. So we're looking for 5s again because we're on top of the stone face. We're not going to aim. That is 2 successful hits. And we've got the failure here. Sends our weapon back, which means we'll get knocked back 5. I don't think we would get this. If the attacker is adjacent to the monster, yeah. So we're not going to get that. And your attack disables the monster's powerful running muscles. The Screaming Antelope gains -1 movement, which will be very nice. If we can get that. Right, 2 hits. What are we looking for? 1 strength, 4s, 5s. That is a 6. That is 1 successful hit. So that can go away. And then dead on a 5. Perfect. And they get -1 movement token as well, which is really good for us. 2 very successful hits. I don't think we got any perfect hits there. Don't have any bleeding there. Okay, thanks. Thank you, Guillermo. Alright, they're not adjacent. Donoff, I really don't want to go in there. They're on 4 HP. Do you know what we'll have? We'll have Alone go in. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Have Alone go in and do an attack. So we've got 3 speed because we're using the guitars, and we get +2 strength. And we're looking for 6 pluses here to hit. No. 5 plus 6 are +1 accuracy. Doesn't matter because we only hit the once, unfortunately. If you hit this with a wound or club, you get plus... Nope. We don't have that. So, +2 extra strength because of this. That gives us 3 strength, 6 strength. They've got 9. We're looking for 3s to be able to wound. Or a 9 for a critical. So 6. We'll take it. Does that, but now we need to roll to see if we have to do the ticks. So we're on a 1 or a 2. We get strength. Or minus strength. Cool. Nothing. We'll just have Donoff come in as well then. 1, 2, 3, 4. Might as well. Go on, Donoff. So we're looking for 5 pluses to hit here. It's 2 hits. And it's the trap. Oh, unfortunate. You must select this first. The trap does everything though. So, the attacker is going to be doomed. That is unfortunate, and it's going to hit 2 people. The attacker is doomed. All survivors adjacent to the monster suffer 2 brain damage per monster level and knock back 5 and are knocked down. No! That's so bad. So, that's going to take 2... You're taking 2 brain damage. and you need to roll on the brain table. So let's have a look. We'll do it one at a time. And knockback 5, that is a 7. Lunacy. Gain a random disorder and 1d5 insanity. So they get 4 insanity. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they're going to get a random disorder. And they get prey. You may not spend survival on this and say, no, literally the same one as that one. I mean, you saw the shuffle. That's... And then knockback 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they're also knocked down, I believe they say. And knocked down, yeah. So the next person, Doneth, 1, 2. You're going to go 1, suffer the collide anyway. You're going to get knocked down. What happens if you collide with this? Survivors are top. It doesn't say anything. I think it's just impassable. Survivors cannot move through space occupied by drones. We just get hit with it, get knocked down. And then the next one is thingy, 2 brain damage, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 get knocked down. Then the monster lands on its belly and begins to slide on its teeth. Turn the monster directly away from the attacker and full move forward in a straight line. On collision, non-death survivors gain 1 random disorder. So he's already facing away. He's going to full move this way. Thankfully, just 1 short away from us, which is so thankful. We put that back in and we'll reshuffle. And now, now it goes to the monster's turn. So, take this, flip. And we can then... So the other people could... Like, Thingy was the only one that was doomed. The other people could have moved, but because we don't have, like, dash or anything, we can't do anything, and we can't dodge it, because it's not a specific attack. In the blind spot, or the closest threat, there's no one in the blind spot, and there's no closest threat. It's actually just going to go run all the way back over to here, and it's going to heal 1 wound, because we're knocked down. So it doesn't class as us being a threat. So we'll put that. I'm actually just going to stay with putting it at the bottom. I think it doesn't say to, does it? Actually, we'll keep on top. Okay. So because we got knocked down during the trap, we actually all stand up, which is very useful for us. And let's see what happens. We're going to have Walker go right behind it, and we're going to do an attack. So 5 pluses. As a 10. So we've got 1 critical. Or 1 hit. That is 1, 4. We're looking for 5s. It's a 6. It was almost a crit. Would have been lovely if it was. That is a damage. And now we need to roll to see if we're going to get minus strength. We're not. Perfect. Oh, because we got knocked down as well, we need to remove our evasion token from Rhythm Dancer. Because as you can see, if you don't have any instruments in your gear grid, which we don't. Cool. Very nice start. We're then going to have a lone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't get around to the side, but we can get to the side of them. So we're going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to attack. So we've got 3 speed, 1 accuracy. On 6 pluses we hit. That's all 3 hits. Very, very nice. So long as there's not a trap there. So on a wound, the attacker turn to face the attacker and full move forward in a straight line. So we don't want that one first. On a fail, the grasping hand makes rude gestures at us, and we need to spend to attack again. And this one on a fail, tagging frantically, we get a knockback of 5. So all of them are pretty bad. I think the knockback 5 is probably the worst one out of all of them, because this one's on a wound. It's going to make us do it. So, I'll probably do it like this actually, because if we fail on this one, I'm not going to mind too much. Okay, so we've got 3 strength, 6. It's on a 9. We're looking for 3. Just have to check my fingers. 3. We actually failed that first one. That's insane. Startled, you gain 1 insanity and lose your composure. Spend to regain your senses. We don't have surge, so all of the rest of that stops. I'm going to leave that above my person, just so we need to remember to use it to activate again. But the rest of these just get discarded. Alright, David, you're going to shoot. 5 pluses. 1 successful hit. That's the trap. That's fucking insane. Okay, so we suffer 2 brain damage again. Knocked back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and knocked over. And then you're going to suffer 2 brain damage. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Knocked over. And then you're going to turn away from the attacker and full move in a straight line, which is just going to be 1 away from us again. It's fucking ridiculous. double trap is crazy. Okay, and then Donov, you're just gonna run up and then look at the next two cards. I think that's the only thing you can do. Have a look at these two. Closest survivor in field of view. That's just closest survivor, not even closest threat. So it's gonna be Walker that's gonna get hit there. Or the closest knockdown survivor. That's gonna full move in a straight line away from everyone else. That's 2 damage. Gain a bleed. We can tank that. We can tank that. So put this one on top. Okay. So, goes to the monster's turn. They're going to draw the top one off here. And that is going to be closest survivor in field of view, which is going to be Walker. So they're going to be targeting Walker. And on a 2, they're only rolling 1 dice. And on a 4+ they hit, because it's 2 for the attack. And we've got 2 evade. They hit. That's going to be 2 damage to 1 location. 2 are legs. 1, 2, and we gain a bleed token, I believe, as the after damage for that, if I remember correctly. Yes. Cool. That's that. Right, because we got knocked over on the trap, we all stand up. What do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Unfortunately, it's not in range. Okay. I'm going to have Walker go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to go all the way behind it, and we're going to go for an attack. So 5 pluses to hit. 1 successful hit. No downside to this one, which is nice for a change. 5 pluses to hit again. Unfortunate. We do not hit. And now we need to roll again, see if we get a minus strength. We do not. Donov. Oh, shit. I should have moved them 1 more. I'm not going to retcon it and say that we did. It was cheaty. We're going to go 1, 2. And we'll do the bug. Bug patch. Bug patch. We got a 5. 1 random vermin resource. And then we archive. So, love that. At least we got something. Oh, not for them. For them. Consume. Archive this to lose all survival and gain 2d10 insanity. That's insane. If you're insane, you must consume this. We're not insane. Thank God for that. Because if you have 20 insanity when you kill this guy, bad stuff can happen. So that's them. Go done. We're actually just going to have David move up here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my God. He can use the bone darts. He can use the bone darts. Because that's not cumbersome. We'll use the bone darts. It's a 5+ to hit. Back to Old Faithful. And Old Faithful provides the save as it usually does. Okay. And then what we're going to do with Alone. Alone is going to pick the plants. No, he's not. Alone's not going to pick the plants, sorry. We need to do this first. So we're going to spend that to use an action. To be able to do an action again, sorry. And then we're just going to move to here. And that's going to be the end of our turn then. So we go to the enemy's turn. Which is going to be the closest knockdown survivor, which is then going to be the furthest threat in range, which is actually going to be Alone, which annoyingly... Actually, no, they'll go up around here like that. Oh, probably more from this side. That makes more sense, doesn't it? If it's going from here, sort of like running around to go to that. Because they can go over these sort of objects. 1 speed, 2 accuracy. Do you have any evade? You have 0 evade. So on a 2+ it hits. It's a 9. So that is going to deal 1 damage to our waist. But then it says full move the Screaming Antelope in a straight line away from all survivors. So I believe that would make it go all the way up here. And that's the end of that one. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's diagonal. It's diagonal. If only we had a reach of 2. Then if you move 3 spaces, activate a melee weapon +1 strength. It's fine. Okay. We're going to have Alone go first then. 1, 2, 3, 4. We go directly behind. And we're going to attack with these. So that is 2 hits, I believe. So 1, 2. Do. The monster turns to face the attacker. So we'll do it in this way. So we've got 2 extra strength. So that's 3, 6. 3s to be able to wound it. That is 1 successful wound. So we need to flip this over, reshuffle. 1 wound. And then roll again. 4. That is a successful wound, and that is a reflex, so it means the monster's going to turn to face us. And now we roll to see if we get a temporary strength down. Shit, we actually do. So we're just going to remove this strength as the minus strength for now. That's fine. That is fine. Okay. We're then going to then have Walker, I suppose, go run all the way up here. Thankfully they have 6 movement and we'll go for a hit. So it's 6 pluses to be able to be successful. That's really unfortunate. Okay. We can't really do anything else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so Donipha's just kind of chasing. So Don's going to go up there. We could have them throw the Founding Stone, actually. Do you know what? Fuck it. I might just have them throw the Founding Stone. We've got another Founding Stone. Fuck it. Yeah, we're going to do it. Boom. Founding Stone thrown. So that's going to be an automatic crit to this location. Bam. +1 scream. Do you know what? I'll take this. I'll take this. +1 scream and antidote resource. And it's a pelt as well. That gives it the crushed crown. That's going to deal the damage. So it's now got 1 health left. Cool. Nice. And that is the end then of our turn. Goes to the monster's turn. It's going to do a basic attack. Closest knockdown survivor in range. Which is no one, which means it's just going to graze. So it's actually going to go to here. It's going to pick that up. And it's going to... Does it say full move, actually? The monster full moves to the closest Acanthus plant and ends its turn. Yeah, and it's going to heal. So, boop. 1 health. Now it goes to our turn again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's so far away. Has Doniph injured it with the sword yet? I don't believe Doniph has. Not that they have any proficiency in it, so it doesn't matter. Well, they can, though, if they get an injury. We're going to have Doniph going first. 1, 2, 3. Right here. I'm going to have them go for a swing. 6 pluses. Nope. Okay, we're going to then have alone. Go 1, 2. Looking for 6 5s even. That's 3 hits. Dangerous with the trap. Boom, boom, boom. No trap. Wound is going to make them face the attacker and full move in a straight line, so we want that later on. Turn the monster to face away from the attacker and full move forward in a straight line. Cancel all other hits from this location. That's just a reflex. That's guaranteed going to happen. And then, so we want that one for... Okay, we'll do it in this order then. We kind of want to be successful in the 2 of them, but if we fail this one, he's just going to run off that way, so it's not the end of the world. Now we only have the 2 extra strength from this, so it's the 2 and the 5. So we're looking for 4 pluses to be able to wound. That's a 6. It was almost a 1. So that is 1 damage. And then we roll again. That is a 1. So we did fail that one. And that's just a reflex anyway. So that's going to just full move the monster. Yoink, over to here. Can Walker catch up? They can't. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. David's coming in clutch. All right, 5 pluses to hit. Being on top of the stone face. That is 1 successful hit. And it's the trap. Because of course it's the trap. My god, I've so consistently got this trap. No one's adjacent, so we're not taking 2 brain damage and 5 knockback. Turn the monster directly away from the attacker and full move forward in a straight line. So it's literally just going to go yoink over there. And all of this gets reshuffled. It survives. Again. Okay. So, basic attack. This goes to the monster's turn. He's going to do a basic attack. Unfortunately. Ooh. He's going to full move to here, but it specifically says, I believe on the graze, if the monster is on or adjacent to an Acanthus plant, which he is adjacent, or they are adjacent, so they get to heal 1. They're still in it, these little bastards. 1, 2. We can do the pounce. We've been waiting our whole moment for this. All right, we're going to go first with alone. We're going to do the pounce. So that is using everything to do the 3 movement. But if we manage to move 3 spaces, we get to activate our melee weapon with 1 extra strength. And if when you pounce, I gain +1 accuracy for our next turn. So we've got 2 accuracy, 3 speed, right? Because the +1 speed from the thing. So because we've got 2 accuracy, I believe all of those are, well, okay, the 4, what did we need? We needed 6s, no, 4s to hit. They're all hits. So we've got 3 hits. 1, 2, 3. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, so that's the super dense. That's what will break a frail weapon. Thankfully, this one's not frail. So we can have that one go first. Because there's no downside to it. We can still injure it if we're successful. If you hit, and then we could do that. And if we hit, we could do that. Actually, we just do it in the last one. There's no downside to these. So we've got +1 extra strength. Then we've got +2 extra strength. So we're back to 3 strength. So we're back to where we were, where we needed 4s to be able to hit. So we'll do the first one. That is a 2. That is a miss. There's no downside to missing, though, thankfully. Roll again. That's a 9, which actually is a crit because we've got deadly +1. So we get 1 random Screaming Antelope resource, which is another pelt. There is a chance that this blow snaps the Screaming Antelope's neck, killing it. Roll another d10. On a result of the 10, the Screaming Antelope dies instantly. What a heroic way to finish this off. Don't get it. That's fine. And now the last wound location, because we need to take that away. It's a 3, which I believe that is a. So what? It's 3. So we've got 3 strength, 2 strength, 1 extra from that, so it's 6 strength. And then we need the 3 to hit. Yeah, that's a hit. If the attacker hits this location with a frail weapon, it is damaged, and it's not a damaged weapon. So boom, that's it. The antelope is now dead. Cool, that is fantastic. So with that, it would have been nice to have done the survivor's corpse, but so whatever. So everyone gets 1 hunt XP and 1 weapon proficiency. So 1 hunt XP, and they did damage with the guitar, so that will be a weapon proficiency. 1 hunt XP, they did damage with the axe. 1 weapon proficiency. 1 hunt XP, they did damage with the bow. 1 weapon proficiency. 1 hunt XP. Now, we could make it a sword, but they didn't actually damage with the sword at all. They were useless. So we could make them go for it, but I kind of want someone to have the club. I do want someone with a club, so I think we are going to make them proficient with the club because we're doing their hunt thing basically. And then they don't get the weapon proficiency because obviously they didn't use a club. We're going to roll, see what they get. They got a 13, which is 1 random fighting art. So we will shuffle you up, randomize you, grab you. And your random fight. This is the last fight art we can have on this character. When rolling on a severe injury table, unless you roll a 1, I get to add +1 to the result. This does not include brain trauma. The result total cannot exceed 10. Pretty decent. It's not too bad. Let's heal everyone up as well. And now we get the other stuff from the antelope. So when the monster is defeated, any survivors with 20+ sanity are driven mad by the monster's death wail. They vanish screaming into the darkness, never to be seen again. The group gains the following awards. We don't have anyone at 20 in sanity. And if the settlement has pottery, which we don't, so we can ignore that. So we get 4 basic and 4 screaming. So shuffle, shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So those are the resources that we get. Unfortunately, not as much hide as I would like to have had, but we do obviously have the bonuses that we've got from all of these, and the 2 large flat teeth is going to make the guitar person pretty fucking strong. So let me quickly set all of these out so we can have it looking neat and tidy. The pelt is also specifically used for the Screaming Antelope armor, so cool, there we go. And that's that done. So, with all of our returning survivors, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. No one died from that. We can shuffle that up. We can clear up the showdown as well. And we can put everyone back on their respected pedestal. We can also clear up the hunt as well. Yeah, so with all this gear, it's going to be good to be able to basically start. Well, we want to try and make more leather stuff, but the pelt is basically, I think it's used for the Screaming Antelope stuff, which is like a spear, basically. Spear's really good, and that will be under the stone circles. But because I don't want to use the 3 organs on that, we're probably going to innovate. In fact, we're most certainly going to innovate. And then the rest of it will probably be going towards making leather. So then that way we can either probably make another leather shield, I think. 1 more leather shield, or we can start making leather armor. I think the shield would be better to begin with. So, as for my notes for tomorrow, or for the next time I play, we're going to have it where it's going to be make shield. I think it's going to be very good. Innovate. And because we're going up against the Kingsmen, aren't we? So it's a high likelihood that we're probably going to end up dying. We're going to be throwing in some other people. Mate in prep for Kingsmen. Because that is probably going to be 4 people that are just going to die. I'll be honest with you. We had a really rough start to this campaign. So to have anyone be successful here would truly be amazing. Like if we managed to kill the King's Man. But we'll see, you know. So we'll go on to the timeline. That is year 8 now completed. And we're going to be heading into year 9, which we have the Hooded Knight and the Nemesis fight that'll be coming into it. So it's going to be a pretty devastating, I think, a campaign on that one, or a video on that one. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next year. Take care.